Can you hear me now better?
Oh yeah, that's very very good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Where did we stop?
We stopped. Actually, we couldn't hear you very well, and in YouTube, some members mentioned that. Uh, could you please retell it about HackTheBox, the basic features that make it different from the other academies?
Well, we have a broad um, scope of challenges and services that we provide to teach people. The main are the challenges, the machines, prolabs, and modules. And challenge is like a practicing to park with a car. A machine is like driving from one city to another. A prolab is like driving through the country, and a module is like a guided, like a instructor guiding you how to drive through the country between the cities and how to park there. Like this is the short summary of what I have been talking about. And the way how we provide this is like we have such a big scope of this in different environment that you have a lot of different situations, a lot of different scenarios. Only for Academy, if I remember correctly, we have more than 400 unique virtual machines that people can practice on. So you can practice many different techniques on many different machines with different approaches, the way you want. And this, so you collect like a big scope of experience with different scenarios. This is actually what experience is. You know the causes and you know the effects of them. And in order to get this experience, you need to go through different situations and different scenarios. And this is what makes HackTheBox unique.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Many scenarios in there that make it very different and better than other academies that have one or two scenarios and again repeating it to the students. So if I actually saw this new option in the HackTheBox, HackTheBlue. Uh, what's your opinion about that? What's the HackTheBlue and how it's effect in the security members, especially that's who works in DFIR and BlueTeam.
Well, we try to cover as much as possible for blue teamers as well, because in the past few years we covered a lot of content for the offensive side, but now we also want to cover the blue side. So we want you to practice defensive mechanisms based on the offensive ones, because this is like a medal with two sides. One doesn't exist without another. And the blue teaming side is where you see the techniques that are applied in the real world on your servers, and you need to react to that. You need to defend your servers and your infrastructure. So I believe this is a great feature. This will help blue teamers a lot. Also, in the same way with different scenarios and different environments.
Sorry about that. You disconnected in a little two parts. Could you please repeat it? I'm very sorry about this problem from StreamYard.
I I said that this is a very good feature, I believe, because blue teamers
Mhm,
gonna train on different environments, different techniques, how to
mhm.
prevent attacks, detect them, and how to take the necessary measures.
Uh, as long as I remember, HackTheBox focused on offensive security and the offensive parts in challenges and scenarios. But Hacked Blue is a new thing, and it's focusing on the defending parts, right? There's no offensive.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
we are trying to cover the blue teaming side as well now. Because, like
mhm.
you said, in the past few years, we covered a lot of offensive stuff, but now we want to cover the blue teamers as well.
So, all in all, what you think about the need in the world today and nowadays? Uh, Companies need more blue teamers or more red teamers. What do you think about this situation?
Let me show it to you. The thing is, from this is my personal perspective, the most companies focus on their infrastructure, right? They want to have something functional that the customers, clients can interact with. Like, can you read this?
Yeah, yeah, that's infra, yes?
Yeah, infrastructure.
Yeah,
Then, when we have the infrastructure, we need to defend it, right? So this is here the defense, but we need to know what we need to defend, like against what. So this is where the offense comes in place. But before we can attack, I need to talk a little bit around it, but I will get to the point. Before we can attack something, something needs to be developed, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, and the things what need to be developed are based on the resources that we get, right? Like resources and priorities, I would say. Make sense?
yeah, yeah,
But the priorities are set by the goals, and the goals are based on some kind of vision that the companies have. So, and this is like their priorities, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is their priority list as the companies see them. But I see a big issue there because this order is actually in reverse.
yeah. The vision is more important than others.
Exactly. So actually this looks like this. And from here on we have the impact. So when we take away the developers, everything above won't exist. Makes sense?
Yeah, yeah,
But it doesn't work the
that
other
makes
way around. So what I see is that most companies, not everyone, they look at from above. So they prioritize the infrastructure instead of everything else. However, what they also don't see, and this is my personal opinion, this part, the defense, offense, and devs, this is one part. You cannot split them up. And they need to be treated as one. Because this team is like in a car, it's like the brakes. You need someone who develops the brakes, who manufactures them, who tests them,
Yeah.
and who installs them on the car.
So, in your opinion, developers and the development department should have cybersecurity vision in their own works, right?
Yes. And the main problem I see is that the entire industry is switching from offensive security to defensive one. So we are actually going away from our vision, because if we let's say, for example, we reduce this part here and make it.
Now we have no offense. Yes.
No, we have offense, but it's limited.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
limited.
We limit
What
the offense
happens
part.
above one? It's gonna fall off, won't it? It's
Yeah.
unstable. And this is what I see happening in the industry right now. You cannot go only for defense, but you also cannot go only with offensive.
So you need all of them in the company, in their own place, right? No
Yeah,
limitation, no other uh, things. All of them should implement in the right place in the company.
yes. And what I also would suggest to do is to invest in the people who are doing these jobs, because many companies tend to invest into the, let's say, into the right tools, but not in the people, not in their training. However, people make your infrastructure safe and secure, not the tools. Like a pen doesn't draw on its own. The artist draws and makes the picture. And this is
Very.
like,
Uh,
this is what the companies need to focus on, to train their people. And training is a very complicated topic about how to do it right, what do we need, and so on. But you need to train your people, your teams, these three, the devs, the offensive ones, and defensive ones, because they play together. And without one component, the infrastructure will be insecure.
well, the many instance we saw nowadays in the companies uh, that the investor or the owner of company uh, having no vision about cybersecurity. Just saying this, uh, we hire some cybersecurity professionals. They come in our company. They do some tests, and after that, so we have secure infrastructure, and we can move on. But that's very wrong. You need the cybersecurity professionals. You need the own cybersecurity department in your company to work to means day to day and being update, testing new vulnerabilities in your infrastructure. Also, you need some defense department to defense what the offensive part find it. So red team going in this infrastructure, going to company, and having finding some vulnerabilities points in this
Yeah.
company. So now to fix them, we need a team to fix them and defense against them. But we having big problem in this part. They have one uh, blue team or red team, and other thing I want to mention here. Uh, what you think about the training means training cybersecurity to all employers in the in such one company. So many of attack initial vectors today's going from phishings. Many APT attacks starting from phishing attacks. So we need to train our employers to uh, avert them from the phishing, right?
Not exactly, because let me ask you the following: which of the components would you do you believe is the most necessary one in order to change, let's say, the situation in the industry in a company? Is it
So
vision?
visions
So
and yeah, vision and goals are more important parts.
yeah, but which one would you do you believe need to be changed in order to change
For what?
the situation?
Change the situation. Uh, we need to change, I think, vision. Mm, right.
Change. You need to change your point of view. You want a secure environment as a company or as a CEO. You have some goals to accomplish, like providing specific services, make it secure. Like making secure is like one of your goals, right? So you
Yeah.
need some, let's say, some resources, financials. Like you need people, you need to write people. So you need someone who develops it. You need someone who tests it, and someone who uh, takes the necessary security measures.
Hmm.
And then you have like a full functional and mostly secure infrastructure. So what CEOs or let's say a C-level need to do in this case is going away from this and start thinking from this point.
Very well. Yeah, I completely
This,
agree.
this need to be, they need to treat this department as a one, as
Hmm.
an entire infrastructure, not as a splitted teams with, of course, they have different responsibilities, right? But the result is the infrastructure. And if they don't get the necessary resources for this, like training, I'm not talking about money or something like that. If they don't get trained, everything above won't work.
So they need to have train.
Of course, of course.
They, they need have train. But what we see in so let's say example from USA. Uh, what we seeing today's many of companies in the US are having attacks from ransomwares, ransomware gangs. So you think they have no trains or they have trains? They had trains before. or what?
Yes, yes, of course they did. Uh, like in the last couple of months, there were many breaches, right? Like Bank of
Yeah,
America, Trello, Norton Healthcare, I believe, Boeing.
yeah, yeah.
Like many big companies have been breached. So the question is, how is it possible? What of this
Exactly. How
layer?
is it possible?
What failed here? Not the
Exactly
infrastructure.
what the thing I want to know here, what the parts is failed or unseen in there from their C levels or CO. So what we know from US, uh, they have very good and secure infrastructure. They have very good rules for means defending against ransomware gangs. But if we want to find a problem, I guess in the priority or goals, I think.
It's about priorities. It's about priorities. It's about the goals and vision. Everything else will do the rest and make it more secure if these three are set. But before this can be set, the point of view needs to change. Otherwise, it won't happen. Like if you believe that infrastructure is more important than the people who develop that, sorry, you're wrong. Because people make it possible, not the other way around. And you need to invest in the people because they make your vision possible, they create it. You have a vision, let's say as a CEO, you have a vision, you want to create something innovative, but you need people for this because you cannot handle everything alone, right? So when you have when we have companies like Bank of America, like Okta, Boeing, they have money, right? But how is it possible that they got breached? So there is some kind of lag in this part here, right? And
Mhm.
all of this is upon resources and priorities. So this is the first layer I would pay attention to before reviewing goals and vision.
Uh, so I now have some idea in my mind. Uh, HackTheBox have can make or simulate it in some laboratories. So HackTheBox is focusing on hard skills, means you need to know some knowledge and working with some tools to gain access in some instances and privilege escalation and etc. But in the soft skills, especially in that three first step, vision, goals, and priority, uh, HackTheBox could do some things in there.
Um, we can talk to the people like I'm doing right now. We can explain it to them.
Mhm.
We can discuss it. We can talk about it. We can determine the causes and effects, right? Like we are specialized in this area, like in cybersecurity, in securing and attacking infrastructures. And we can tell you what's going to happen with if you have an SQL injection vulnerability there somewhere. But if you decide not to close it, you're going to still be vulnerable. So this
Yeah.
is always the
Uh,
decision of the people.
So, how we can simulate it, that impact to the founders or who deciding big decisions in the company. So, in some defense or offense part, you can find some vulnerabilities and present them. So we can say they could have some vision about it. But how we can say about priorities means if I want to say say to a CEO in a company, in an example company, to get the importance of the priority in its company, that is very, very important to secure your company, to secure your investment. How we can do this for them?
You can show him, for example, what the cost would be if they get breached, and the effect would like it would affect the entire company, their reputation, trust. People gonna lose trust if you get breached. There are many things that you can rely upon. However, what we can do is like show it in numbers.
You mean the companies lose them reputation and its effect to the company's income and outcome?
Yeah, for example, if you get breached, you lose trust, you lose clients, uh, you lose profit. It's pretty simple. But show it them to
Well,
in numbers and show them also the solution, how to avoid that, and what you need to avoid that. And what most people need is like when we look at the defense, you cannot defend against something you don't know that it exists, right?
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And from the offensive side, if there's nothing that has been developed, there's nothing to attack, right? And like this needs to be treated as once again. I'm gonna repeat it because this is the most crucial part, and the point is critical to understand that this is like one coin.
So they depends on them part by
It
part.
it depends on
So,
the C level if they prioritize the infrastructure or their
mhm.
team. If this is their priority or the team. If they go from below and look at the vision, their goals, and prioritize it the other way around, and this is like the critical part here. Change your priorities, like switching from above to below and go upstairs. Then you will see, okay, I need to invest or I need to train developers. I need to train my offensive guys, my defensive guys, and then my infrastructure will be secure.
very well. Yeah, I completely with you for that. And let's talk about in other situation. Uh, Nowadays, what you think about the companies to launch? I mean, uh, one company launched today. Uh, from your side, you think it need the cybersecurity team in there, or no? 3 months later or 6 months later, it feel to need cybersecurity team in there.
I would say as soon as possible
So
because
the better time with launch it, yeah.
as soon as possible, if you have the option to have at least one guy who can focus on cybersecurity, that's good. The more, the better.
Very well. So yeah, we need the cybersecurity in all time. But in other things, in the CTF parts, uh, how do you think its impact in the cybersecurity, especially for who newly joined in the cybersecurity field? Is
Yeah,
it good
they
for
have.
them or?
This is very good for them because they enter. Like we have different kind of CTFs, right? There are networks, there are single machines, there are single challenges, and the difficulty and how complex they are uh, depends on the challenge itself, like on the topic. So they benefit a lot from it because they enter a new environment that they have never seen before and they need to familiarize themselves with it. They need to penetrate it. They need to test it and find the vulnerability. And this trains their experience and their skill because, well, many people believe that um, experience comes with time, right?
Mhm,
People
yeah.
need time to get experienced. However, experience is actually the number of attempts and fail. Like how often did you try to did you try and failed? This is like the experience scope. The skill that comes from experience is the utilization of knowledge about causes and effects in this case. So you get experience from trying and failing, but your skill develops when you utilize it, when you utilize your knowledge to understand, okay, what needs to be there, and if I do this, what's gonna happen? And in CTFs, you develop the skills, you develop this experience because you have a new environment, you have a new situation, you have a new scenario, and you need to find your way through it.
Well, about that experience, I completely agree. The experience means a problem that arose and you were able to handle it in the best possible way. So, experience is not about to having knowledge. All the people could have knowledge, but have you ever faced with some crisis management? You have this or not?
Well, crisis management, this is, you need to see what is happening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you need to react. So in terms of crisis management, when a crisis happens, you need to have a full overview of what do you have, what is the effect, and what caused it. Because based on that, you will know, okay, what needs to be done in order to reduce the damage or stop the damage, minimize it, and learn from it how to prevent that. But in order to learn how to prevent that, you need to know the cause.
Yeah, exactly. So the difference between junior and senior uh, means here. How? can manage that crisis. So junior,
It,
it will
the difference between a junior and a senior is actually the number of attempts and fails. That's all.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So about that CTFs, we talked about that. I think the time of the single challenge is over because now we have more combined technologies together. Means today I saw some companies holding some CTF events. They have some single challenges in there for crypto, for web. So what I think here is that so the man why you didn't combine it with them? You need all these skills together for one good pen tester. You mean uh,
Yeah.
in HackTheBox is a very good in this part because the machines containing some variety of skills in there. You need to know about recognizing, you need to know about web or some Windows, Active Directory, and etc. So you need to combine your knowledge, you need to combine your skills to move on and getting in that route. But about single challenge, no, I don't agree with them. What do you
Yeah.
think about?
Single challenges, they're not bad. Uh, they allow you to practice one specific topic, let's say crypto or web, right? If you have a cross-site scripting challenge, you can ignore, let's say, for a specific period of time, you can ignore everything else because you know, okay, I need to focus and find the cross-site scripting vulnerability or SQL injection or periodic escalation. There are many. And for example, in modules, we have also like this kind of small challenges inside the VMs where we train a specific skill that we have guided you through and explained it to you how it works, what we can do, and what will be the result.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think this is a bad thing. This is actually, it depends on how you utilize it.
So, for having some real experience or experience very near to real world, uh, I think the machines or the labs are better than single challenges. Single challenges are just for having some knowledge and improving it.
The, the only difference is actually just the journey, how long it's gonna take. Yes, a machine has multiple challenges, but if you consider them as a single challenge every time, you have just a set of different challenges, right? So you can distinguish between if you have just a single one or multiple ones. Does it make
Uh,
sense?
let's go about yeah. Let's talk about the challenging question. Uh, if you want to prefer uh, between these two platform, what platform you choose for the juniors or we can say mid levels to coming and facing with it, working with it? Bug bounty platforms or HackTheBox platform. So as you know, HackTheBox now uh, is the single the platform in the cybersecurity. that we can refer to them like bug bounties. But what you prefer between them?
Well, I personally prefer HackTheBox,
Mhm.
but the reason for this is that since I'm developing modules there, I know how much effort and how much thoughts go inside that. And also for the single challenges, machines, and prolabs, I know how much effort and how much time it costs to develop such a realistic environment. And having this realistic environments in comparison to bug bounty platforms with real infrastructures, um, there's actually no difference besides the fact that on HackTheBox you will have the confirmation that you're on the right track. So you will
Mhm.
definitely find some kind of vulnerability there, but on bug bounty platforms, um, if you test real environments, um, you don't know if you're on the right track or not. And if I would be like a junior who just starts with pen testing, with hacking, I would prefer HackTheBox for this because then I can see my progress. And if not, I can ask people. I can reach out in the Discord channel and discuss it with them, ask for help. And on bug bounty platforms, I believe this is a bit hard there.
So I think in the HackTheBox, it give to mid levels or juniors the best experience, and the challenge brings more technology in front them, and they could facing with some realistic scenarios, as you mentioned. And also it forced them to improve themselves in the hackbug sorry in the bug bounty platforms. uh, they just have the web and the web technology. They just have it. But in the hackbug there are a variety of skills and technologies, also a variety of challenges they could face them and improve themselves. For example, let's say some junior person coming that HackTheBox platform and saw seeing it's uh, have challenges, machines, prolabs, and etc. So to progress in that way and improve that his rank, he should improve his skills. He should improve his knowledge in other fields like binary or Active Directory and networking. But we can't see this in the bug bounty platforms.
No. I also would recommend for juniors if someone is watching this and wants to know, okay, how can I approach this in HackTheBox? I personally would recommend to start with um, getting an overview about the cybersecurity topic. So you can start with CBH or CPDS, and then try to solve challenges without guidance, solve machines without guidance, and then prolapse.
Very well. Uh, and the other question: why uh, today's some companies, let's say some companies, uh, needing HackTheBox profile in the job qualifications? So if you going to Indeed or Glassdoor, you can saw many of companies that need Hack the Box profile in their qualifications. Uh, what do you think about it? How Hack the Box could grow itself and becoming a real reference to hiring and qualifications of people.
Yeah, definitely. We already provide talent search. Like we help companies to find the right cybersecurity people to hire based on their requirements. And having this profile on Glassdoor or somewhere else is beneficial because the way of quality we are ensuring is the largest I have seen. Like these are the highest standards of cybersecurity training that I have seen on the market. And I'm not saying this because I'm working there, but this is my personal point of view, my personal experience, and what I believe in. And even the modules that other guys from the academy team are developing, I'm still learning from it. I discover new things for me, and I'm amazed by the quality. And this quality um, compress all the experience that you need and the skills you develop. So in a shortest period of time, you will get a huge amount of experience and skills. But what people need to do, they need to stick to it. Like if something doesn't work, don't give up. Keep working, keep working. You will get it. Because we develop all these things that they are solvable. You can solve them. Everyone can solve them if they go through the content again and again. So when you have this kind of understanding between cause and effect, and you understand, okay, what is happening there, you will solve that. But most people give up, unfortunately.
Uh, yeah, problem solving is the most, I think, the most best skill in the cybersecurity for all all the stages and all levels, from junior to senior and expert. Problem solving is uh, the best skill they could have. And HackTheBox members could improve it very easily. So, from easy machines to insane machines, uh, they should have this skill of problem solving in themselves to move on. Means from some errors, some challenges, to solve it, and okay, I could move forward to the next section. Well, yeah, I think the HackTheBox is the most best platform in the cybersecurity. Uh, I say it from just a player, uh, not a contributor for HackTheBox. I just say it from a normal player. But in other platforms, I couldn't. We can't see these features. It means offensive security or try hack me. They have just uh, some scenarios that are not changing. They are same. They just adding some features to that scenario, and it's going on them. For example, for OSCP, we saw they implement new section of Active Directory, but the rest of them are same. They didn't change them, and the scenario is same. But HackTheBox, week by week, giving some new features, new scenarios, we can face them and solve them. Then that's the best way cybersecurity professionals or juniors could improve them. So let's talk about the red team and the blue team. Uh, how what you think the importance of them in the companies. So we talked about offensive and defensive, but in the offensive part, uh, we have two sides. I mean, penetration test and the red team. So you think for a company, which is more important for them, which has more impact on the company, red team or pen testing?
What difference do you see between pen testing and red teaming? Like, what is your definition of it?
Means red team could easily simulate the real world APT attacks, APT victors. But in penetration tests, they're just focusing on development, and the vulnerabilities there. Means penetration testers focusing on finding vulnerabilities in some softwares or software life cycle, and this way. But in the red team, uh, I think one of the best options red team had is simulating phishing attacks.
Okay, but red teams also do like physical tests,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They had physical red teaming.
So you're asking me which one is more important. I can't. I wouldn't say that red teamers are more important than um, penetration testers. Red teamers usually have the same experience as penetration testers because you are actually growing from pen tester to red teamer. Um,
Mhm.
but these are the same people. They're just more
Yeah,
experienced
absolutely. They're the same people with different scenarios.
with different scenarios, with different responsibilities. So, and they have bigger
Exactly.
scope. Yeah,
Uh, I think red team has more critical responsibilities against company. So in both sides of hard testing and the soft testing, I mean physical red teaming and the red teaming in some services, they need to be aware to damaging some systems or some locking systems and etc.
yeah, that's true. Like red teamers can use physical engagement to try to break into a building of a company if they have their agreement. They can do social engineering, they can do phishing, dishing, everything that you can think of. But penetration testers in this case are like limited to, let's say, network environments. But
But in offensive parts, we can say we have two parts. I mean, penetration test or and red team. But in the defensive part, we just have somewhere is saying it has name blue team, right? Uh, so blue team have, I think, more critical responsibilities, even from red team to
yeah,
securing both sides.
yeah,
Means softwares, networks, and physical. social.
Yeah, the defenders like the blue teamers, they need to cover all possibilities, but the attackers need to exploit only a single one in order to
Exactly.
break the infrastructure. That's the difficulty of blue teamers. This is the most, let's say, one of the most difficult areas, jobs that you can think of, because you have to analyze a lot. You have to do a lot of research, analysis, investigations, and you need to make sure that um, the attackers don't get into your network. And this is actually what happened
Yeah.
to all these companies that have been breached recently. The attackers didn't exploit
Uh,
hundreds of vulnerabilities; they used a single one.
yeah. They found the one vulnerability point and entering from them to the company, and boom. And about your uh, saying about defenders, uh, actually nowadays we can say we don't have a company that hasn't been hacked yet. They all breached or will be breached. So in that part, uh, actually the defenders should watch the traffic. Means they should monitor. Uh, yeah, the
Yeah,
monitoring is the most important things in the defense part.
um, I agree, but I also disagree, because the most crucial part is to know what you need to defend against. If you don't know that a specific attack exists, you cannot defend yourself.
But they can monitor it. They should monitor the all traffic coming inside and going outside to finding anormally and some interesting things in there. And after they find out it's really about the attack or breach, they should block it. But I think the defenders in that part have very very difficulties because as you remember, FireEye got breached too.
No.
The one of the better companies in the cybersecurity breached too from the hackers, and they find out after 6 months of breach. So hackers came in the company, got all data, got all tools, private tools, and going after 6 months, FireEye find out they hacked.
No.
So
How
about
possible?
the hunting and monitoring part, you think HackTheBox will implement some new labs about it?
Stay tuned. That's all I can say.
Oh, could you tell a little detail about it?
Stay tuned. You will enjoy it.
Oh,
Look, our goal is to make you guys better. We want to become, we want to make you better, because everything else will be better as well.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Actually, in Innova, we are working about some ideas, especially for defensive labs. And if we complete it very well, uh, we will present it to HackTheBox to implement it in the ProLabs or enterprise level. Because it will be very heavy because it's containing all defensive challenges in there. Uh, like I should say, it's the most uh, better, the most best lab for defenders. So the defensive part with these labs uh, could qualificate from the companies as well, because they should know when they're hiring some defenders or hunters about hunting some attacks in that company. They should know they faced with real challenges, how they manage that challenges or etc. And in our labs, we implement all of them, and I could say see you soon in that presentation session.
Looking forward.
Yeah. So the next and the other thing you want to mention in that meeting means part one of this meeting. In other meetings, we will focus on some detailed parts. In this, we have honored to hosting you in this event with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very well. The last words, if you want to say anything about for audiences, we were here to steer it.
Follow your passion. If you want to learn red teaming, dig into it and learn it. Just do it. Even if it doesn't work at the moment, try again. Try and try and try. No one of us never failed. We all failed at some point. But these failures, you need them. And I want everyone to become better. Jump on Academy, jump on HackTheBox main platform and study. Just try it. You will get your experience by yourself. So thank you very
And
much.
don't give up.
And I hope to see you next time.
See you next time soon. Thanks for coming. It's a pleasure and honor for us to hosting you. See you
Thank you very
soon.
much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.